One of our proudest comedy finds is with us tonight. He's starring at Basin Street East here in New York, certainly one of the most important clubs in the country. His name is George Carlin. He spoofs many things of a not-so-serious nature. He's a bright and very contemporary comedian. So I understand his act tonight's got a little bit more sting than usual, so let us all listen together. But here is George Carlin.
Hi, how are you? Thank you very much, Merv. Thank you all. Thank you.
Leave him alone, then.
Really, it's impossible to pick up a newspaper these days without reading something about a protest or a march or a demonstration. This group is protesting another group's march and demonstrating against their bonfire and their rally. The pickets are against the pickets. They're picketing the pickets now. There's even one group that next week is having a parade to protest the fact that they can't get a parade permit. Now, that's kind of strange. It's really, it's getting just a little bit out of hand. The Hertz rent-a-pickets are doing wonderfully, of course. But the signs are what really scare you from time to time. Let's get out of Vietnam. Let's get out of the UN. Let's get out of the street. We're blocking the traffic. Ban the bomb the ban. Genghis Khan is alive in Argentina. He is not. Join the Mother's March on sore feet. It's gotten very strange. I even saw one guy with a sign that had nothing on it, absolutely blank, except down in the bottom it said, "Your grievance in this space, call Judson 4-1400." That's a little bit weird. But it is a little strange about these groups. We talk about extremism and radicals, and I thought to clear a little of the air about it, we invited a fellow with us here tonight who's a member of one of these so-called radical groups. He's the local chapter head of the John Birch Society. His name is Lyle O. Higley. The O stands for Old Glory. He's a veteran of 2 wars of depression and a Mets doubleheader. Let's give him a nice welcome, Lyle O. Higley.
Thank you. Thank you very much. The name is Lyle Higley. I'm the head of the local chapter of the John Birch Society. I'm what you might call your local chapter head. And that's a New York chapter that takes in New York, New Jersey, and parts of Idaho. Having a little trouble making up the zones, but we're working off an old Lewis and Clark map, you understand? That's not the only thing the Attorney General will let us have, quite frankly. But we're very well known in the area. We won the Mixed Bowling League last year. That's pretty important, pretty progressive for an outfit like ours. Because I feel that's what we need is a little more progress here in the 19th century. Huh? A lot of good things coming along for you. The Industrial Revolution's right around the corner. Steam engine will be finished next week. A lot of good things coming along for the ladies. At this time, I was going to have a guest speaker for us tonight. I had invited the head of the Ku Klux Klan, the Grand Imperial Almighty Omnipotent Invincible Stomper. However, his wife won't let him out of the house tonight. In his place, we have the supply officer in charge of sheets and ropes. The fellow's been coming along very nicely in the Klan. He started off as a clud, then he went to a kloop, and Kleagle, Klaxon, Klepto, now he's a clod. He's just been acquitted of murder for the 6th time. We'd like to introduce him now. Collie Lee Collie. That's weird. He's got his dog with him. His dog's a collie, too. How do you like it?
Thank you very much. And I'd just like to address my remarks in the Northern Commie Liberal Pinko Press. I have been living in the South for 27 years, and I have never seen a cross burning on anybody's lawn. I've seen whole neighborhoods go up.
Thank you very much, Collie. I think we all realize he's not playing with a full deck, folks. And before we leave you tonight, I have one thing I'd like to remind you. The girls have been busy all week packing up the John Birch authorized kits. Everything is ready to go. It's got everything you need. We'd like every one of you to have one. You get your Donald Duck grenade launchers in there. That's the grenade launcher with the little Donald Duck on his side. 200 tickets to the witch hunt up in Salem next week. We got the John Birch Handbook on how to persecute without prosecuting. And mainly, we got a document that every American ought to see. This here is a list of 146 outstanding communists in the State Department. Each and every one of these 123 names has been thoroughly investigated by the FBI. We're going to take these 94 guys and throw them in jail where they belong. The whole 62 of them, believe me. You get a list with 38 names on it like that, and you know how to work with it. We know how to handle these 17 commies. Not one of the 5 of them will get away. And when that guy shows up, he's in trouble, pal, I'll tell you that.
I've been watching the Westerns. All of us have been watching Western movies, an endless stream of them, for our entire lives, and I've noticed something about them. When the Westerns involve Indians, and sometimes they don't, sometimes it's Brian Donlevy with a black hat and a crooked card game. When they involve Indians, the big scene always seems to be when the Indians finally attack the cowboys. We've been waiting for it throughout the entire movie. You can see them standing on the hill. And that's the big scene, when they finally get to them. And you always see exactly how the cowboys prepare for this attack.
Pull them wagons around the circle. Get them old ladies up there holding up the weapons. Come on, now, tear up them petticoats. Use them as bandages. Get that water up there. Stand.
Big hassle, we never see how the Indians prepare. And it's their attack, right? Now, the Indians were good fighters. Just because they started in Massachusetts and wound up defending Malibu doesn't mean they're... We really didn't play the game with them. As I say, now, the Indians were good fighters, and if this is so, they must have been well organized. There must have been a way to divide their manpower. It wasn't just one old chief, many moon come Choctaw, and a lot of guys running. There had to be intermediate authority, a way to divide their manpower. No army can make it without a sergeant, a tough, veteran, battle-hardened sergeant, and the Indians were no exception.
All right, all the tall guys over by the trees. Fat guys down behind the rocks. You with the beads, out of line. All right, knock off the horseplay. Come on, knock off the horseplay. Come on, you guys over there playing with the horse, will you knock it off? Yous have all been given a piece of birch bark and an eagle dipped in feathers blood. I mean a feather dipped in eagle. I always like to say something wrong so you'll feel at ease. We want you to write on the birch bark in the upper right-hand corner. And that's the upper right-hand corner. That's your arrow hand. I want you to write your name. Last name first, first name last. Your name is Running Bear, you write Bear, Running. By the way, you guys with middle initials, please include them, such as Wolf, Howling W. You need your name, we want your age, and summers. I've been alive for 14 summers, you put down 14 summers. You've been alive for 16 summers, you put, yes, prancing antelope. If you were born in the winter, put it down. There's one in every village. All right, a lot of you have been asking me about the promotion list. You'd like to make Brave second class. Like to get another scar up on your arm. I'm happy to say the results of your early tests have come in. You're doing beautifully. Burning settlers' homes, everybody passed. Imitating a coyote, everybody passed. Sneaking quietly through the woods, everybody passed, except limping ox. However, a limping ox is being fitted with a pair of corrective moccasins. He should be up and dancing in no time at all. Now, there are two other areas on which you will be tested. Running down the hill, yelling like a nut. And leaping off the cliff. Leaping off the cliff is generally considered to be the tougher of the two. A lot of fellas like to save that one for last. got a couple other announcements for you here. First of all, the fertility rites have been called off. Due to the recent cold wave. There'll be a rain dance Friday night, weather permitting. Got a great band. Leaping Lizard and the All-Stars will be there. One of your favorite tunes, Pass That Peace Pipe, Indian Love Call, all them tunes you've come to know and love. I got one other item goes on your clothing list. That is your loin cloth. And that appears on your list as one each cloth loin type. But there is your loin cloth. You'll want to get to know and love your loin cloth. Someday it may save your life. There'll be a massacre tonight at 9 o'clock. Meet down by the bonfire, we'll dance around a little and move out. This is the 4th straight night we've attacked the fort. However, tonight it will not be as easy. Tonight there will be soldiers in the fort. Happy to say I'll be leading the massacre. I'll be down front running. You'll see me. I'm the one that's on fire. Now, your equipment, your uniform of the day, this here is a Class A formal massacre. That's the Class A summer loincloth. 2 green stripes over the eye, no feather. Arms are blue, legs are red, chest is optional. Might put a little yellow on the bellies. And your equipment, 3 large knives, 3 small knives, 3 medium-sized knives, 2 rock tomahawks, 2 shell tomahawks, 5 spears, 3 bows, and 30 arrows. Now, if any of this equipment is not used tonight, please make sure it is returned to the souvenir shop by tomorrow morning.
There's a new thing happening with laundry commercials. They're using more and more men in the commercials. You see them hanging around the washing machine comparing shirts. One guy has a cigarette burn in his shorts. He's kind of a hero, you know. The men are down there, and, well, the men, we all know what's been happening to the American husband. It's kind of historical. It began with the cartoons like Dagwood Bumstead and Jiggs and Maggie, then The Bumbling Husband. Television picked it up with such shows as Father Knows Least, Dumb Daddy, and that one that's been on for so long now, The Danny Daddy Show. Yeah, have you seen this one?
Marge! Marge! My shirts have hidden dirt!
Well, it's your dirt. You hid it. What do you want with it anyway? What could you do with dirt?
I'm going down to the laundry room. Some of the fellas and I are going down. We're going to wash our stuff. And Wally Cox is going to be there and everything.
I'm going with fortified detergent.
And it's my turn to use a weak bleach, and I need some yellowing shirts.
Why don't you just bring down your yellow shirts? Those clowns you hang around with won't know the difference.
Now you find a man in another role. This is the scene where at the dinner table, the entire family is there, well, except for Dad, Mom, Sis, Billy, and an old woman that nobody knows, who just keeps coming in at dinner time, leaves a 10% tip. They don't know her. And above this, we see a balcony with a door behind it, the bathroom door. Dad, we get the messages in there, and suddenly comes bursting out of the door, "Who's been using my right guard?" Falls over the balcony into the wonton soup. By the way, if you ever run out of deodorant, and it can happen even in the best planned family, I ran out of right guard the other day myself. We're a one deodorant family again. Well, we just don't like to touch each other, that's all it is. Ran out of deodorant, and oddly enough, found my answer in the kitchen. You put a bay leaf under each arm. It doesn't stop you from perspiring, but you smell like soup. It's great at the office.
Who's wearing chicken vegetable?
I've got the navy bean.
Conservative fellow would wear broth, loud dresser would wear gumbo. Lloyd Bridges would wear clam chowder, right? Here's a commercial I never expected to see a man in, but lo, it has happened.
Hurry up, Marge! Hurry up, Marge! Barbecue's all ready! Oh, I can't. My stringy, snarly hair. I just can't get it straightened out.
Hi, say, I'm Wendell the Witch. What about Wanda? Wanda's sick, and what does she know about hair anyway? I've been a hairdresser all my life.
About the only thing left for the American husband to do is leave home.
Leave home?
Leave home, Marge. That's what I said. It all started down at the dry cleaner. Went down there, told the lady I couldn't go to your dad's funeral because I can't wear black. Dandruff, you know. Then my own daughter, Marge, told me I needed palm olive gold. Billy practically shoved the Listerine down my throat to kill germs. That was okay, but when Katie Winters said I can't go to the spring dance, Marge, that's it.
Enough of that male area. The flu season's with us, colds and flu, and I can give you a little hint and save you an awful lot of commercial watching. The first product I'd recommend would be Vicks Formula 44 cough syrup. It contains silentium, which works on the cough control center. That's that little white dot you have in your head. You see it when you brush the back of your hair.
Hey, yeah, man, that's my dot.
Some people have wild dots. Now, if you're healthy, the line coming out of your white dot, which we call your white dot line, should look something like this. If you cough, it looks like the New York water supply graph. And if you take a cough syrup that contains codeine, a Class B narcotic referred to by junkies as Pepsi-Cola.
If you take something dangerous like codeine, yes, it will work on your cough control center, but you'll have 8 or 9 lines coming out of your white dot. You are stoned. And although those syrups work, they may produce dangerous narcotic side effects. Narcotics hangover. So we'll ask the druggist, he really ought to know. Can you recommend a cough syrup?
Well, I've got a couple of kinds I can let you have here. Got one that contains codeine. That's a narcotic. That works on the cough control center. That's that little white dot you have in your head. It'll do the job for you, but it may produce dangerous narcotic side effects. Narcotics hangover. On the other hand, I got Vicks Formula 44 with silentium. It works the same way, but there's no side effect, no hangover. What do you think you'd like?
Let me have the one with the codeine, baby. And that great new discovery for fighting the symptoms of colds, chest congestion, especially the room spray, Congestogon. Seen that commercial?
8:33 a.m., young Tommy Thompson awakens in his crib.
His head is stopped up. What's he coughing for? His mom sprays the room with Congestogon. 3:39, young Tommy Thompson dies of an overdose of Three short medical tips for you. The first is this man who keeps coming out of the doctor's office every 25 minutes on my screen. He's got to be the healthiest man on television.
Boy, am I glad I saw my doctor today. Thought I had an ulcer. Thank God it was only a bullet wound.
And as long as we're in the medical arts building, we might as well listen in on the dentist.
Doctor, now that I'm wearing dentures, I mean, actually wearing, should I continue to use the same toothpaste I've always used?
Oh, sure, yeah. If you'd like to ruin your dentures the way you've ruined your teeth, yeah.
Say, nurse. Nurse, what was the name of that good-tasting red mouthwash the dentist gave me?
Oh, that was Muscatel. He's a wino.